Gentlelady from Florida is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome to our witnesses. Today, we are here to discuss censorship. And one of the most alarming fronts in the battle against censorship is the left's early attempts to control and to overregulate artificial intelligence. Instead of fostering innovation and ensuring AI serves the American people, Democrats have rushed to impose sweeping limitations and restrictions. Restrictions that have silenced voices, that have distorted facts, and that have the potential to undermine our competitiveness in the global stage. There's growing evidence that artificial intelligence chatbots and models refuse to answer certain questions or can give skewed responses based on political bias. The Biden administration and blue states pushed heavy-handed regulations with an approach that wasn't protecting Americans from real harm, like China's AI-driven propaganda or deepfake fraud. Instead, it was about controlling speech. Some proposals even suggested that AI-generated content should be pre-approved by the government. That's not guardrails. That is a ministry of truth. America leads the world in technology because we champion free thought, open debate, and competition. If we overregulate AI and stifle free speech, we won't just lose those values, we lose our technological edge to nations who do not share our commitment to freedom. Mr. Taibbi, I would like to start with you. Do you think AI censorship has the potential to be more insidious than social media censorship because it's baked into underlying algorithms, making it harder to detect by the average user once it is there?
Congresswoman, thank you for the question. I absolutely do think that. In fact, that was a critical reason I think that a lot of us were alarmed. When we worked in the Twitter files, we were very fortunate, thanks to the freak accident of an overcaffeinated billionaire deciding to dump all the stuff into the public. We got access to all these emails showing the decision processes that led to all these different people being flagged or censored or removed, on the left and the right, frankly. But AI has with that technology, there's the possibility that there would be no trace of anything. You could just give it some general guidelines and the entire process could be automated and it wouldn't leave that kind of a trace for us to sift through later on. That's why I think there was a significant alarm, from what I understand, talking to sources in Silicon Valley last spring, that after having some discussions with the Biden administration about their plans for AI going forward, that was one of the reasons why there was a sudden shift in the donations from Silicon Valley from one party to the other.
And if AI models are programmed to reinforce one political perspective while shutting down another, what impact do you think that will have on the public discourse, most especially for our young people who are receiving a significant amount of information from chatbots and artificial intelligence?
Well, I think it's very scary, because one of the things that we found, again, in the Twitter files is we were asking ourselves the question, well, how are they doing this? How are they picking which topics to look at or which posts to look at? And ultimately, we figured out that essentially they were pre-choosing narratives and then looking for posts that fell into the bucket of things that might constitute violations. So for instance, things that might have promoted vaccine hesitancy, even if it was true information, even if it was somebody who took the shot and died for an unrelated reason, or somebody who had an unpleasant experience getting vaccinated, that would fall into the bucket of something that would promote hesitancy. And AI would be far faster at doing the work of identifying narratives and identifying posts that fall into those narratives. Now, the thing that's offensive about this to me as a journalist, again, is that this has nothing to do with the accuracy of the underlying material. It's the narratives that are important in this entire world, and that's what's scary.
What can Congress do, or perhaps more importantly, should Congress not do, to help support an information ecosystem that is fair, open, and unbiased?
I think it's more in the direction of what they shouldn't do. Shouldn't get involved. I mean, I think the nightmare scenario is what we're already seeing play out in Europe with the Digital Services Act, where you have this gigantic sort of retinue of what they call trusted flaggers going through information and constantly deciding which narratives are acceptable, which ones aren't. That's what we can't have. We cannot allow that to exist either formally or informally, which is what we saw already happening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back.